So my name is Emma Pond. I am the Solving Kids Cancer Senior Trial Coordinator at CRC2 in Birmingham. I work on a number of trials, but high-risk neuroblastoma 2 is our newest trial coming through the unit. And a fun fact about me, I'm quite a keen mountaineer, so when I'm not in the office and it's not a pandemic and we're not in lockdown, you generally find me hidden in Scotland going up a mountain. The SIOPEN high-risk neuroblastoma 2 trial is a late phase trial for children with high-risk neuroblastoma. It's a frontline trial, so it's patients who've been recently diagnosed with the disease. And the trial encompasses 3 phases of treatment that patients will receive during their time in hospital. And it's the induction chemotherapy, the consolidation chemotherapy, and the radiotherapy that are all parts of this trial. So with the induction randomisation, we are looking to understand if the current standard of care called rapid COJAK, that's usually given in the UK and other parts of Europe, is better or the same as an induction chemotherapy regimen that is mainly given in Germany and a couple of other countries in Europe called GPOH. The drugs vary slightly in both of those chemotherapy regimens, and the rapid COJAK is slightly shorter than the GPOH, and essentially they want to work out if they're just as effective or one is better than the other. So I'm the senior trial coordinator for the study, and until recently when we got our new trial coordinator to help me out, I was kind of responsible for driving the project forward after we had our funding secured. So I worked on the ethics application, the application to our sort of competent authorities. Everyone probably knows who the MHRA are now, thanks to the pandemic. So working on those applications to get the trial approved, basically to prove that it's safe, it's going to be ethically run, all of that kind of stuff. So getting it through that approval process, and then since March we've been working with sites to try and start the setup process to open the trial. Now it's got all its approval, so open the trial in the NHS so we can actually recruit the patients onto the trial. If we look back to the previous high-risk neuroblastoma study, so high-risk neuroblastoma 1 that closed in 2017, that actually led to some quite substantial changes in the standard of care of children with neuroblastoma across Europe. And it fed into research in America as well, and worldwide. So if we look at it in that respect, that high-risk neuroblastoma 2 has the potential to have a similar effect. We could find that the tandem transplant in consolidation is better than the single transplant. All of these kinds of things, or the change in radiotherapy as well for patients with residual disease. So unless we run the study, and with that, and we obviously need the sites to help us do that to recruit the patients, without doing that, we'll never know if there's anything better. And if things can happen from the previous study, it's not to say that they won't happen this time. They might happen, and we need to run it to see at the end of the day if we can bring forward more change for these patients. There's so much, actually. I could probably write a really long list about things that I really enjoy of this job. But I started out working kind of allied with the NHS as a PhD student, and then I worked in the NHS for a bit before this job. And I've always been interested in sort of the patient benefit side of things. So for me, getting the trial open and recruiting the patients is the most exciting thing.